Hey everybody, welcome to Medling World. We're at SeaWorld today, and we are going to be riding Expedition Odyssey, brand new attraction here at SeaWorld. We'll be open to the public on May 9th. We're lucky enough to be gold pass holders, so we have a extra couple days before it opens to be able to ride it. So let's go on in and check it out. All right guys, so you can see, just to show you where there's icebreakers there, glacier bar, and here is where the ride is. So here we are. I don't see like out here there's no real indication that you're at the ride, so you kind of have to kind of walk in here and then you can see, okay, here we are. You got your quick queue, you got your habitat queue. And here's the information about the ride, just to show you guys. It's got to be 39 inches. This is the most important, 39 inches. And if you're between these inches, you must have an adult. We're going to save, like, I haven't watched any vlogs about this. I don't, you know, all I know is it's kind of a simulation ride. And you're kind of going through different scenarios of wildlife. So, we're getting ready to go. We're going to show you, this is where you enter the queue. Kind of the existing queue from before. Nothing too fancy, but let's go ahead and start heading in. First thing I found out is if you have a backpack, you cannot bring it on the ride, and you actually have to pay for a locker. All right, it's SeaWorld, guys. This is, you know, listen, I know the next vlog you see, you're gonna see what I think about SeaWorld, but for now, I guess I'm gonna have to pay $2 to put my bag into a locker because I can't ride it with the bag. All right, let's see. We're gonna have to go. I'm gonna rent the locker. They're right here, conveniently right outside of the ride. She told me it was $2. This one says it's $4 for the first 2 hours. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, so misinformation, the locker is not $2, it's $4. So I went and asked her, I said, is it actually $2 because I'm a pass holder? She said, no, it should just be $2. So I showed her that it was $4. She said, my bad, it's $4. So it's $4. So it is what it is. I gotta ride it. And I wanna show you this. This is important for this vlog. And if you're with somebody who's not riding, of course they could hold your bag, but it's just me and Jake. Universal and Disney all have complimentary lockers on all of their rides that you are not allowed to take a bag on. You are allowed to store your bag in a complimentary locker. Here at SeaWorld, that is a no. They will charge you $4. So let's do it. So here's a locker. Just kind of want to show you the size of the locker. Let's see if our bag will fit, Jake. Can you see if that bag will fit in there? Yeah, all right. You want anything else in there? I think I'll put my sunglasses in there. You need anything? Your headphones? All right, so remember your locker number. Let's take a picture of that so we don't forget, Jake. And, all right, let's get riding. It is what it is. All right, so let's go back around to the queue and let's head in. All right, so we're entering the queue. And guys, listen. Has nothing to do with the team member. She doesn't decide the prices, but again, don't you think her management should let her know that it's $4 and not $2? Am I getting too critical over a couple bucks? Yeah, because, you know, it is what it is. It's money. So we're going through. Well, we don't need the quick queue right now, Jake, because we're in previews, so there's not a long wait, but there's not really anything to look at in this queue. It's just a hallway. Okay, well, we have a few pictures of some of that sea life I would assume we're going to be seeing. Looks like a pretty good sized queue. And I'm looking forward to the ride. I'll give you kind of obviously my opinion about the ride when we get out, but here we go. This way. All right, thank you. So So we're going this way. And the famous word here in Orlando at these parks recently have been called technical rehearsal. So this is a technical rehearsal. Hey guys. Here we go. I'm just going to show you the whole thing. We're going here, Gold Expedition Room.
Number 6, 7, 8. Sheer scale and beauty. Numbers 9 and 10 down there. Don't worry, you will be together on the ride. Exploration into the
all right, thank you.
Many fascinating creatures.
Oh, we're on 8.
Marvel at iconic
7 and 8 for us, Jake. All right, thank you, sir.
Graceful strength.
Most friendly associate so far.
Their songs echoing through the
all right, so this is kind of the pre-show area. You can see they're just showing some of the footage maybe we're going to look at. We'll see you when we get to the next
Our team
part of
intrepid explorers and researchers.
Because it's reminding me immediately of kind of like soaring.
Arctic animal habitat.
The way they were showing the seating.
Odyssey.
It's like a bench
Once the
seat.
doors open, please make your way to the loading
And with a seatbelt, kind of reminded me of soaring.
Please take a look down at the ground at the number you are standing on, as that will be your assigned seat on our expedition vehicles. Once again, please remember the number you are standing on, as that will be your assigned piece has migrated out onto the runway.
Little delay.
Please be patient with us as we
Little
try to
delay, guys.
carefully remove them from the runway.
So this happens during technical rehearsals. I'm not going to criticize that, but I will say I'm not going to point my camera at certain, you know, other guests here, but there are people that have bags with them. So I'm not really sure how they were able to bring them on. Off to my left is like a lady with a big shopping bag, another one with like a big purse. So I don't know. That frustrated me. As we're actually waiting, I did want to remind everybody, please take a moment, subscribe to Medling World. We are not part of any kind of media that was invited here. We came here with our own passes, and we keep things real. We're also making another vlog today just on our total experience around SeaWorld, so catch that one as well. The doors have now opened. Don't mind my camera, I kind of have it on a wrist strap. But there's nothing exciting here. There's nothing to kind of get you excited about the ride. I guess I've been spoiled with Epic Universe. So guys, I'm not allowed to record the ride. SeaWorld just told me, no, you cannot record it. So I'm gonna have to put my camera back. But I just wanted to show you there is little cubbies here, even though they made me pay $4 to use a locker. All right, we're just coming off the ride, guys. Again, this is how you're coming off. I'm just gonna show you, I'm gonna save all my opinions here. Although you already know. Oh, so there are different tiers of levels. That's one thing I'm gonna talk about, because there was nobody above our tier, which I know is going to be a problem, because I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So when you come out, this is the old exhibit. So I think this is the beluga whales here. So you come out after riding it, and these are the belugas. Now, I'm going to get into our opinion here. I just want to show you this quickly. I'm so upset I could not record that ride. Very upset. Yeah. So all this is the same. There's nothing new here. This has been here. So they added a ride on. Before, you would just kind of walk in and you would come in through here, and there's beluga whales and stuff in here. Don't see them right now, but we'll kind of walk through. But Jake, I'm gonna head in over where I can get a little bit of light, and we're gonna talk about this. So first of all, as I came in, before they said hello, how are you, nothing, they immediately said you cannot record with your camera. And I said my camera is secured. That's what I was told, as long as I have secured camera. They told me that the security I have on my camera is not accepted. And I'm gonna show you what I have. One moment. So Jake's helping out. This is what I have. So I have this, which secures the camera onto the mount of the camera. Okay. Then Jake, you can open this up for me. This wraps securely around your wrist with a strap, with Velcro, with a double Velcro. So in essence, The camera would sit on top. You would see Jake like that. And this, Jake, put your arm out. This is how I had this. Secured through both of these and around this and secured to the top. The cast member would, the team member wouldn't even give me a second to show her, or nope, you can't use it. No, put it away, put it in the locker. And then they had little lockers here. Now they were small, but my backpack, I could have folded it up and stuck it in there. I'm frustrated. And that's only where it first began. The ride. Jake, what did you think of the ride?
It's terrible.
And why do you think it's terrible?
Because you can see the roof of the thing. It's low quality. Sometimes the video shakes up a little bit. I don't really think it's the highest quality.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's not high definition. No. It's not a high definition. You would think with a brand new ride here at SeaWorld, they would at least have high def. And what Jake's talking about is, if you look out here and you see that screen, like if you were coming here, you can see this screen. Well, in there you can see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's little lines that come down here.
Yeah, you can see the lines.
You can see all the lines also on the video, on the attraction. And let's just say, for instance, you were watching this and this is where you're watching whales. So it had like polar bears, it had glaciers, but you had this like this with this big black roof that kind of was like an oval. So as you're watching it, you have this roof that they look like they just spray painted black.
And it was not like difficult to see either. Like you could see at like the corner of your eye, your peripheral.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, I don't have to look at it. It was in the picture.
You can easily see it.
Listen, we keep it real. This is probably one of the most critical vlogs I think I've ever made on my channel. It is. Is it negative? Yes, it is. But I'm telling you that I'm disappointed. It's just the queue is boring. Everything about it was boring. Oh, I forgot to tell you this part, Jake. As we're sitting there, and we're kind of getting ready. After they told me I couldn't record it, fine. It is what it is, you know. We go to sit down, and then there was 3 team members in there arguing with each other in front of all of us. We're waiting to go on a ride of who wanted to go to lunch. I couldn't believe it. You guys are arguing. You know, I didn't obviously say anything to them, but they were arguing about, oh no, I'm gonna go to lunch. No, it's my turn to lunch, and really weren't paying attention to the guests in any way. Except to make sure, you know, obviously that we were secured in and things like that. We couldn't figure our seat belts out. They showed us kind of how to do that, but they were more concerned about going to lunch. I've had, you know, I don't know. I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with the experience. I expected a lot more for a brand new attraction in 2025. I felt like there was something out of the 80s and 90s. The quality of the film is terrible. It's garbage. And I will use that because it is. It's not great. Now, I would compare it to Soaring if I had to. And one other thing I wanted to tell you. We're lucky there was no, it's tiered, kind of like if you've been on Soaring, or
there's like levels.
There's levels to it. So we were sitting in this bench as you saw. Luckily above us there was nobody, because the top of the next row is right under your head. So if there were feet, if people's feet were hanging down, never mind that roof that was in the middle of the screen, you'd have feet right in front of your face. I can guarantee you that. Now, was there anything good about it? There was one cool part, I think, trying to find light, that you kind of went underneath the water. But still, it was very low quality of, you know, resolution. The resolution is not good. This is exclusive SeaWorld from what I was told. Exclusive SeaWorld footage. SeaWorld, come on. You know, you got to have high def. It was not high def. I would say it was like a 380. You know, was not great. Jake, would you agree?
Yeah, it was not the best.
I don't know. I guess they kind of need a ride like this because it helps with families and big groups of people that all want to ride together. The height requirement's pretty lenient. You know, you can have a family of 4 or 5. You have kids 5, 6 and up. Everybody can ride it together, but the overall experience of the ride, the queue is very lame. Wasn't great, and that's my review. But I do want to at least walk through here and see what else. Nothing here has really changed. And I think you kind of have to walk through here to get out. I didn't see any other way out. Oh, they got some penguins over here, I guess, which is kind of nice. I'm enjoying this part, which has been here for years. Much more than I did the attraction. All right, let me see. Let's go this way and see what else we find here. So, okay, this is where you can come out. And it is accessible, so I will say at least it's accessible. That I like. This is all the same, nothing here different. So basically what they did is they added this ride onto an existing kind of a walk-through animal attraction. They should have done better with the ride, in my opinion. SeaWorld should have really done better, especially with these other parks and the attractions that they're making. And, you know, maybe, yes, maybe I've been spoiled with Epic. But this, for 2025, no, not acceptable to me in a theme park. Especially when you're paying, if you came in for a day, it's not cheap to come into this park. But it is what it is. Okay, so here, I think we can see maybe some walruses or pretty dark water in there. There's something there. There he is. All right, we'll meet you outside. And then you come out here into the shop. So guys, yeah, that, you know, I guess you could see the disappointment we had with the new ride here, Expedition Odyssey. I don't know. I know it's a technical rehearsal. I don't know what else they could do to make it better. One other thing too. Thank God Jake noticed this. You have to end this locker when you're done with it. Inside there is like a little box, a little instructions, and you have to hold this button down to end it.
While it's open.
While the door is open.
So while it's open, you just hold it.
Or else it'll continue charging you. It's not like you put it in, take your stuff out, and then okay, after the 2 hours, you know, that's it. It will charge you and charge you and charge you and charge you. So be careful with that. But yeah, it was just a disappointing ride. And again, I want to be clear. I did not watch one vlog on YouTube about this. I did not research anything about this ride. The only thing I saw about this ride was officially from SeaWorld on their app. And Sunday morning, I watched Good Morning Orlando because I like to know what's going on. And they had a 60-second segment on this ride. That is all I know about the ride. But yeah, it's comparable to Soaring, I guess. But oh my gosh, I thought Soaring, the high def was bad, and that ride's been around since what, the 90s? Early 2000s, something like that? I don't know. That is not good for the year 2025. Wow. With that being said, Jake, would you like to add anything into it?
It smelled bad. Near the ride and during the queue, it didn't smell. It just smelled bad.
Jake's just saying I had a bad odor as well. I don't know, I didn't notice that as much, but he did. He, of course, has sensory. His sensories are much more stronger than mine. So that goes to show you that Jake is aware of these things. And again, you know, guys, this is not usually how Medling World goes. We are not that negative about something unless it really is that bad. And we keep it real, and it is really that bad. So guys, thank you so much for watching Medling World. Please take a moment, subscribe to Medling World if you haven't yet. And last but not least, see ya!